Now, if you've been following any of the national coverage today, you've already seen Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear's name mentioned often as a potential running mate if Kamala Harris is the eventual nominee. WHAS 11 senior reporter Isaiah Kim Martinez covers the governor and has been making calls and talking to people today about what we know. What have you heard so far, Isaiah?
Well, Doug, when it comes to anything outside his duties in Frankfort, we know the governor keeps his circle relatively small. There are only a small handful of close advisors who are briefed on anything related to D.C. obligations. Nonetheless, just about every list of potential Democratic VP candidates you see, Andy Beshear is one of the names. This afternoon, ABC's Jonathan Karl reported Beshear is on a short list of possible running mates for Kamala Harris. Karl named Roy Cooper first, governor of swing state North Carolina. Then he named Beshear, describing him as a moderate Democrat who's been able to win in a deeply red state. He also mentioned Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro and Maryland Governor Wes Moore. And just in the last hour, I talked to former Louisville Congressman Mike Ward, asking if Harris could benefit from someone like Beshear on the ticket. Also, we have part of CNN's interview with Beshear back on July 2nd when he was asked about Vice President Harris.
If you look at the number of rural counties that he flipped from red to blue, that's a blueprint we can follow nationally. Kamala Harris needs help with the kind of voters that Andy Beshear has flipped from red back to blue.
I've got a good relationship with the vice president. She is a good person. I've been happy to work with her on a number of initiatives, including decriminalizing marijuana.
And Beshear's team releasing a statement following President Biden's announcement. In it, the governor says in part, quote, President Biden will be remembered as a consequential president. While his decision today could not have been easy, it is in the best interest of our country and our party. I want to thank him for his leadership, kindness, and for a successful presidency that got big, important things done. Doug?
So let's talk about Andy Beshear and the reality here. When I got off the phone with John Yarmouth just moments ago, who is an absolute fan of the Beshears, and he told me I love Andy Beshear, but he said in reality, I got to wonder what he would bring to a presidential ticket since we're not a crucial swing state in Kentucky.
It's interesting you bring that up. It's something that's talked about a lot, right? You would think you want a VP that does bring potentially votes with that candidate, right? You think of Pennsylvania or North Carolina, right? It's like, okay, well, maybe we can win that state. Doug, there's a lot of political experts out there who kind of say that's a bit of a myth. Unless you have extreme name recognition, like, say, a Joe Biden, you really don't bring those votes with you per se. Governor Beshear, we saw a poll that we've used in the past that 70% of the country still doesn't really know who he is. The thing that I believe that Governor Beshear would bring with him if he was tapped as a running mate is he has proven time and time again that he is able to withstand some of the pressures of a Republican-led state, a deeply red state, and has been able to show that he can still win in a red state, something that, of course, was mentioned just a bit ago. And I think that would play farther than the swing state argument.
Of course, we'll be looking for Andy Beshear out this week. It's going to be interesting what he says.
His schedule will be certainly interesting, and I'm sure the reporters will be looking for him this week.
All right. Thank you, Isaiah. Well,